Hello, welcome my Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon in Leo to new moon next in Aquarius, into February 2021. I am your reader, Markangelo Lyons, for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, the Archangel of Lions, Markangelo Lyons, but you can call me Mel. Yeah, I also have an older brother who's a Scorpio, so pray for us all. Welcome aboard if you are new, my returning Scorpios. Thank you so much for your love and support. Moving forward, growing the channel bit by bit, and very, very happy to be working from home in my dining room to serve in one of the ways I love serving most, by being a professional reader and intuitive for you all. So let's get up in this gig. We're doing an 8-card draw called a What Do I Need read. 8-card draw, 1 card from 8 different decks of cards, 2 tarot, 2 healing systems, 4 oracles to get you clues, tips, and hints about what you need for a specific timeline. We are looking at the full moon in Leo on Thursday, the 28th of January, 2:16 p.m. That goes full. And then we are looking at the waning moon as it goes towards the new moon in Aquarius. Also on a Thursday, February 11th at 2:06 p.m. it goes new, and it goes immediately void, of course, at the same time, which is a little bit of an astrological ripoff if you've been waiting to do new moon stuff. You would have to wait until the moon went into Pisces on Friday the 12th. What is that? At 2:23 a.m., a little early in the morning, but that's astrology for you. So in terms of your new moon intentions and stuff, you've got a really clear path here, so it would seem, to release what needs to be let go of, and then wait a little bit before you plant the seeds in there. That being said, it is a general read. Please take what resonates, leave what does not, and you know, do the best that you can to be in the present moment. Both feet on the ground if you can. Focus on your breath if you can. You'll hear me say breathe. I've been doing it all along since I started doing readings on the channel. It keeps me in the present moment, so I can allow the divine pantheons that I am contracted to work with to work through me. Cool. All the decks that I read are always in the description box at the bottom, along with other interesting links you might find educational as well as entertaining. Other than that, I think that's about it. Let's do this reading. Take a nice deep breath, my Scorps. Yeah, because here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Please, what is the dominant archetype from the Caroline Mesa archetype deck that the Scorpio most needs to be aware of in terms of alchemizing it from lead to gold, toxic to healthy, shadow to light, pain to peace? This Leo full moon waning to new in Aquarius, January into February 2021, understanding that this could be their archetype within them that they're alchemizing, that soul power, developing someone else's situation, all of that, some of that. Who or what are they dealing with? Excellent, the hero archetype. I love the hero / heroine archetype. She does it in both genders here, Caroline Mace. But to me, a hero is a hero. To me, it is gender neutral, so I'm just going to say hero just to make it easier, because it is the hero's journey. It really speaks of Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey here. If you are familiar with his work, God rest his soul, pretty sure he's one of my spirit guides. Archetypes can be triggering. This one maybe not so much until you realize that as bright and happy and healing and wonderful as the light is equally as toxic, right? Sometimes lethal in its shadow. The shadow attribute, escapism, and a false sense of heroism. Escapism is essentially the coward running away, right? So you're going to be a coward, which is a villain, or a hero, or you're going to do this with courage. And this is where the light attribute comes in big time. Passion for a journey of personal empowerment. So you've got a man and a woman there climbing to the top of the mountain. So this isn't about rescuing people. That's a rescuer archetype, right? And it's not about balancing the scales of justice. That's the avenger archetype. So we use this word hero very fluently and fluidly, but get that when it comes to the archetype, this is Heracles, right? Hercules is the original Greek. going through his 12 labors in order to regain his divinity, right? A path of personal power. Sure, he helped some people along the way, but he wasn't the nicest guy, right? Just to say, stealing Hippolyta's girdle. What's she gonna do with that? I can only wonder. Particularly if it's a Scorpio involved, psych, sort of. Like I said, I grew up around Scorpios. We have the humor. I inherited my brother Matthew is way darker, funnier than I am, which is a little terrifying. So the hero-heroine archetype here, definitely it speaks of the hero's journey, right? That could be you, that could be someone you're dealing with. The situation that you're in might be presenting challenges, an opportunity for false heroism or escapism, right? So instead of like playing the video games, be the hero, right? You know, that kind of thing. It's tricky though. Doesn't mean you can't rest. I mean, all heroes get rest on the journey. So we're going to keep clarifying. We're going to use Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue. What's the healing you need to work with that? Take a nice deep breath. My angels of water, my angels and archangels of water in the sign of Scorpio, the Gabrielites, please, can I have one card in clarity for this Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign? Dealing with the hero archetype here. What's the angel? Who's the angel? The healing angel they most need to work with, call upon, pray to, read about, study, whoever, whatever. This full moon in Leo waning to new in Aquarius. Ooh. The healing angel of enchantment. Now, enchantment is one of my least favorite words in the magical vocabulary. And enchantment is something you can't see, right? It can be hidden in plain sight. Oh yeah, a pebble in your driveway, but if they step on it, you know, it's sort of like magical landmine in the magical vocabulary of it all. But, you know, we hear about it a lot in what fairy tales. And here is a unicorn, right? A unicorn, oh, it's so beautiful, except it's like a couple of 1,000 pounds of raw muscle with a deadly weapon on its head, right? See what's there. So the healing angel of enchantment, what would that do? Like if its name is not enchantment, the name of the angel doesn't matter. It's probably a legion of them. But the healing angels of enchantment are going to do healing behind the scenes. Very Scorpio, very much not really knowing what is going on. The fairies of the universe, the quantum plan in action, but bringing healing in some way. I mean, the other way of looking at this is a very cold, hard, very witch thing. See what's there. Forget about second sight. Can you actually see what's really going on? Can you see past? I wouldn't say lies, illusions, deceptions, and delusions. Enchantment is maybe not that. Sometimes we do need to be a little enchanted in our movements, covert. I wouldn't go so far as to say Seven of Swords, but, you know, particularly it's a high spiritual energy. And if the angels are involved, then why wouldn't they be helping out a hero on their hero's journey of personal empowerment in ways that they may not be aware of, right? Things going on in the background, energetically, vibrationally, particularly with celestials. I mean, it's such a long story. Some Snowy Night by the Fire. Let's move on. Crystal Oracle. Let's bring some earth energy into this. Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. I love this deck. I'm very surprised by how deep and oracular it actually is. So let's ask Archangel Ariel. Take a nice deep breath. My beloved Archangel Ariel, the Archangel of Lyons. Archangel of Lyons, the Angel of Nature, one of the Earth Archangels, the Arielites, the Urielites, the Aureolites, but Archangel Ariel, what is the Crystal Oracle, whether it's what's written in the book, the crystal indicated for them, maybe the Scorpio has worked with stones, gems, and minerals, but what is the overall message that they need with this hero archetype, whether it's them or somebody else, that they need to call upon the angels of enchantment, the healing angels of enchantment. So to balance this out, what is the crystal oracle they need? This full moon in Leo waxing new to Aquarius. Pyrite, nice and grounded. I have pyrite right up there. Oh, right over there next to the Hades Shrine. Pyrite, also known as fool's gold. Oh, I opened right to it. Emotional balance, good for a Scorpio. Psychological strength, exceptionally good for a Scorpio. Relationships, okay. And protection. I've actually used pyrite for all of those magically. You may be feeling emotionally unbalanced at present because you have allowed yourself to, at least partially, believe another's critical judgment of you. Now, look, of course the hero's gonna get judged on the hero's journey, those who think they can do it better but never leave the house. If you're taking risks, if you're doing the best that you can and really following that Scorpio intuition, making the choices and decisions that feel best to you, that's the best anybody can do. So remember, what is repressed is projected. Somebody knows they're not doing maybe the best that they can, or don't believe that they are, because I believe everybody's always doing the best that they can. Doesn't always look that way, right? But they're not dealing with that, so they project that onto you. Happens to heroes all the time, because they won't feel bad at all when the hero takes the fall. Thank you, Susanna Hoffs, wherever you are. This malicious criticism was directed at you by someone who falsely believes that they will gain something by belittling you. And good God, that could be anybody, right? It doesn't have to be work-oriented. It could be family, friends, neighbors. To regain your mental strength and emotional balance, you must realize that this whole episode is simply emotional blackmail. Ooh, you do not want to emotionally blackmail a Scorpio. They're the emotional blackmailers. Yeah, my brother and I have a good relationship now. It took a while. Bless his heart. I love my brother, Matt. He's great. You are dearly loved and held in high esteem by many. So see this episode for what it really is, and do not allow yourself to be so affected by what one person says. What one person says, others know the truth. Pyrite can help strengthen you both psychologically and emotionally, which, I don't know, that sounds like an amulet worth having on hand, right? Little piece of pyrite, can't be that expensive. It ain't gold, it's fool's gold. So not that hard to find. It's not often worn in jewelry. Like, I haven't seen a lot of pyrite jewelry unless it's been really polished and maybe a cabochon or something. It's really pretty, but it is not gold, right? It is an iron derivative. Sort of like hematite, right? Pyrite and magnetic hematite, which is really called magnetite. Okay, that's really interesting. I mean, really, we wanted something to ground you and protect you. That makes sense, because this makes sense now. If there really is someone who's emotionally blackmailing you, first of all, once you catch it, it very rarely has power over you, right? It's like, oh, they're emotionally blackmailing me. This has nothing to do with me. They're just using emotional leverage, trying to belittle me and put me down so that they can get what they want. Remember, if you carry those who can walk, their legs wither. Metaphorically and I guess literally speaking. So this may be something that the healing angels would be revealing to you, something that's going on behind the scenes, like a deeper motivation there. And about power, this is all about your journey of personal power. Are you not going to... Is a hero not going to come across villains and monsters and thieves in the night on the journey, right? Of course they are. It doesn't always happen in the light of day. I mean, it does, you know, at least in the movies, because lighting, production value, claymation, just totally getting Clash of the Titans, the first version, the Harry Hamlin version. Oh, I'm in that breech cloth. Oh, let's go. Nice deep breath. Can't help it. That's how I knew I was gay. And had a love for Greek myth. My goddesses. Daughters of the Moon Tarot, please, one card in clarity for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What do they need to be aware of inside of themselves, right? Chakra correspondences of heart, throat, third eye, and crown. The stuff that they're probably not letting on about, because what? They are a Scorpio. They usually keep that stuff guarded, hidden, occluded to others, and sometimes even to themselves. So what is it that they really need to be aware of, to embrace within themselves? This full moon in Leo waning to Aquarius, January into February 2021. Oh, garbage is here. Oh, the witch. Ooh, oh. So you got your own little thing going on here, whether you're aware of it or not. You can certainly see this as alignment of the 5 magical elements: fire, earth, air, water, spirit. The chakras in alignment. Your 3 levels of power, right? Literal, personal, symbolic, coming to alignment, and you manifesting something. This is absolutely about being a divine lightning rod. That's what a priest, well, usually you see the magician, right? Well, but the witch, the sorceress, works with the element of earth in order to draw down the power of the divine spirit into it, therefore charging it, empowering it, something you would certainly do at a new moon. Not so much in Aquarius, because we don't get that much Aquarius new moon energy. But as you're building up into the full moon part of this, absolutely charge up pyrite for those very qualities, right? Protection, emotional balance, all of that, grounding. It feels like, look, if someone is actually doing psychic attack, do you know how often psychic attack happens? Oh, please. You flip somebody the bird on the LIE, Long Island Expressway, and, you know, that's a psychic attack, right? You're sending negative psychic energy deliberately. But how many people just do it? It's just atmospheric, like a miasma. Just are in a bad mood and you feel attacked, but it has nothing to do with you. It's just if you are an empath, right? There's a whole other part of it. And not the sociological empathy. We're all supposed to have that. I'm talking about the intuitive empathy, where energy is coming in through the lower three chakras and up into your energy system. If someone's really pushing you down and making you feel bad, remember, you're letting them make you. No one can make you feel anything. That's why the correct psychological language is, when you talk like that, I feel. Right? You take that power back, and that's very much the witch, I will say as well. But it certainly says that you have everything that you need inside of us. And as far as power goes, how much do you want to draw down? Said the witch to the Scorpio. How much do you want to draw down? Now, some Scorpio, all of it. And some of it, I don't know if I want any of it. Y'all are extreme fixed water signs, I know, and both can be true. What's this look like on the outside? Mythic Tarot. The voices of the gods, please breathe. My beloved gods of water and the sign of Scorpio, who I adore so much, please. One card in clarity for the Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, who I really feel like are the hero archetype here, or at least they're alchemizing that from lead to gold within themselves, that they're going to escape and have a false sense of heroism, or are they going to really find their passion here for their personal path of enlightenment? Right? Calling upon the angels of enchantment, the healing angels of enchantment, to heal me in ways that I may not even know about, and let me know of what is being hidden from my eye that I need to know. And working with the stone of pyrite in some way, shape, or form, grounding, balancing, healing, protecting them with that witch archetype, right? It's a major arcana, big deal card, the Magician. It really is self-initiation, but it's on the inner. And for a Scorpio, this card that's about to hit the table, my gods, whether it's what they need to be aware of outside of them, let us also acknowledge, wow, the Magician card almost flew out, but because I see it, I won't take it. That would have been weird. Let's see. Still might be. Is this how they appear on the outside, right? So this might, they need to be aware of what they're actually putting out there. So please, one more time. My gods of water and the sign of Scorpio. What's going on the outside? Chakra correspondence, root, sacrum, solar plexus for the Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising, Venus. I'm watching this video from this full moon in Leo, waning to new in Aquarius. All right, Queen of Pentacles, the Taurus card. So you could be dealing with your opposite sign here, or appearing as your opposite sign, Taurus. So look, Taurus, Queen of Pentacles. We're looking at fixed earth energy, about life values. Yes, about money and the things that we value, prosperity. You always hear abundance, prosperity, money, and wealth, and like it's only about dollar signs. Well, it's not all about dollar signs, Taurus. It's about your bedrock virtues and values. What is it lifelong, right? If you are walking a spiritual path of empowerment, because it is, right? There's no way to evolve and ascend and awaken spiritually without claiming the power that is truly yours and learning how to wield it wisely. It's just the hero's journey for everybody, right? Whether they identify with the hero archetype or not. So what is your honor code? Good question to ask. What are your boundaries, right? What is of most value to you, that if somebody is really coming for you, you can absolutely come across as the Queen of Pentacles and being like, well, these are my values, and I value my work, and I value what I do. But remember, they do not need to know anything that's going on inside of you in your personal life. You are a Scorpio, you're an 8th house, other people's resources, money, sex, power, mysticism, the occult, all of that hidden, deep, fertile water. But if you are dealing with someone with Taurus energy, and, you know, romantic, non-romantic, the next 2 or 3 cards will show us maybe, but then you're perhaps looking at fixed water versus fixed earth, and that doesn't go well. That's like ice against brick. It just doesn't go well. It is, but they are complementary opposites. When they work together, you take the healthy, fertile water of Scorpio into the rich, abundant soil of Taurus. You have something that you can grow, right? So you may not be where this person wants you to be, but I don't even think it's about their judgment of you. What I'm getting here is that they're just projecting their stuff onto you and manipulating you, blackmailing you to get you to dance to their tune. I've just never known a Scorpio that does that for very long once they figure it out, because they turn it to their advantage. They're Pluto. They're the god Hades, the god of death and transformation, the death card. Rock. Okay, let's keep going. This might very well be necessary here. The Lover's Oracle, also by Tony Carmine Salerno, who does the Crystal Oracle. We've got a bunch of his stuff. I just don't use them as much as these. I like these. I thought when I got them, they'd be, oh, this will be cool, probably all about love and romance. They're not all about love and romance. Some of it is just right between the eyes, absolute wisdom. So please take a nice deep breath. My pantheons of love, my angels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of love, and the higher selves of all involved here. Please, my pantheons of love. What is the Lover's Oracle message for the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, considering the Hero, Enchantment, Pyrite, the Witch, and the Taurus card, Queen of Pentacles, either them dealing with one or them coming off as one, very strong in their values? What is their Lover's Oracle message? This full moon in Leo, waning to new moon in Aquarius. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. And Scorpio, whoops, come here. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Deep in the heart, you already know the answer. This is probably nothing new. If you are dealing with a Taurus, it does not have to be a Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, whatever. But that's stubborn. If they are coming at you like a bull in your delightful, I'm sure dimly lit china shop, then, you know, you need to protect yourself here. Not to be necessarily defensive, but keep it enchanted. I know exactly what you're doing, but I'm going to be kind. Give to them what they can't give to you. That doesn't mean you compromise your integrity, right? False heroism. Well, they did what they wanted them to do and they went away. That's escapism, right? Placating them, playing along. Not with the power of the witch inside of you. I love this. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. For a Scorpio with the witch on the inner, oh boy, bind them, banish them, stick them in a bottle, send them out to sea. No, I've eschewed such behavior because I'm tight. Thank you, Bette Midler, for that joke. It has stayed with me the majority of my life. Shall we? The Whispers of Love Oracle. The voices of the higher selves, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Now, if anybody's going to have a higher point of view of what to do personally here, it's your higher self and the higher self of this person. Remember, this person is not a monster. If whoever is coming at you, they are in pain. So that is really understanding. It's like, oh, this person who is in pain is projecting this pain onto me that has nothing to do with me, but I must deal with this as a hero. I have to do this in an empowered way, right? As a hero, not a villain. Breathe. Higher selves of all involved, please, for this Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is the Whisper of Love Oracle message, the piece of information, inspiration, or insight they most need as the hero on the hero's journey here with the angels of enchantment they need to call in, Pyrite, that grounding, the protection they need, the witch they need to embrace within themselves, the magician, the manifestor, call it whatever you want. I'm a witch. I call it the witch because that's what it says on the card. Dealing with this Queen of Pentacles either on the outside or dealing with it as the Queen of Pentacles in the outside world, because deep in their heart they already know the answer to do what feels right. Go with their gut, go with their soul, just not the passing emotion or perhaps the empathic dross of what they're picking up from others around them. Please, higher selves of all involved, from this full moon in Leo waning to Aquarius new. Take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. So rather than, oh, I don't know, off with their heads, which is the queen archetype, not the hero, right? Instead of, I don't know, chopping them up, I don't know, feeding them to a dragon, I don't know, whatever y'all heroes do. I'm a hero on the journey. I'm just a different kind of hero. Magical hero, and maybe you are. Look, you got that kind of power, you got that kind of oh, so mote it be kind of going on for you. You know, absolutely back yourself up. Pyrite's a wonderful stone for exactly that, but to take a chance on love, to come forth with love, to understand the pain that they are coming from. Look at let's bust in a move of empowerment big time. First of all, 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take it personally. Don't make any assumptions, and do the best you can. And that's what I'm feeling like. You're doing fine. You're doing the best that you can considering 2020 and 2021. How many inflection points in the quantum does a society have to face in 1 year? Been a lot of dividing of the quantum waves this way or that way, and then they branch off again in infinite directions. Take a chance on love. Love yourself. Draw this love down. But you know, you can do it in private. You don't need to know. Bless them. You know, sometimes I think the worst curse you can say or send is, may you be healed. May you be blessed. Right? Kind of saying that. Let's throw some holy water on this. Salty. But Dad, it's salty. It's supposed to be smoky, but it's salty. Last card down. Let's end this on a high note, shall we? Thank you, Cloris Leachman and Mel Brooks. It's a great reading. The Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. You do not know that reference. I find myself educating a lot of millennials about Mel Brooks and Clue. How could they not know who Madeline Kahn is? Breathe. Oh, she's one of my spirit guides. Okay, my Ascended Masters, I'm a little on fire for this one because, you know, I do have a lot of Scorpios in my life, and I don't like it when people are mean to them. Also, for their own protection, they really shouldn't. They're Scorpios, so please. My Ascended Masters, General Assembly, please, for this hero on the hero's journey with the Angels of Enchantment waiting to be asked to begin revealing things and healing them in enchanted ways, as angels will do for heroes. Needing to work with Pyrite, that grounding, that protection, that emotional balance and healing, right? With that witch archetype, they need to claim their power within themselves as an initiator, as a manifester of reality, whether they're aware of it or not, dealing with this Queen of Pentacles that they need to deal with, either as or with. And they need to know that deep in their heart, they already know the answer. They need to do what feels right and take a chance on love, because when they start to love, their lives are changed forever. So what is the perfect healing mantra for these Scorps? Full moon in Leo, waning to new in Aquarius. Processing grief. I'm not so sure that this is your grief you are processing. I think you're dealing with somebody who does not process grief. Because, by the way, who's raised doing that? Who's taught the proper way to grieve? And it's different for everybody. Look, grief repressed turns into anxiety. That creates an inflamed nervous system, which makes people snippy, snappy, judgmentally. We just made a word, I think. No, it's an adverb, isn't it? Yeah, it's an adverb. He's doing it very judgmentally. But it does make sense that if you can get the mantra here, my losses prove how deeply I love, then the pain that's going on here, the true alchemy is done by understanding that there is pain behind this emotional blackmail. Now, this is somebody in your life every single day. I get the feeling you've dealt with this before. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. And it feels like for a true hero rather than a villain, it's going to say, darling, friend of mine, beloved, family member, I understand. I am doing the best that I can. I know we all are, and this is a tricky time. When you come at people with kindness and compassion, they may still explode, but it's taking a chance. There is a risk. Maybe this has always led to an argument in the past where you were left a little emotionally devastated, not so much from your pain, but from feeling theirs. I do get that this pyrite, not that it would snip off all the cords of attachment all at once, but that it would give you that sense of being grounded and centered in your own power, in alignment. Really hard to take a chance on love when you are not in alignment here, particularly if you're the irresistible force and they're the immovable object, right? That creates a lot of power dynamic here. So I'm going to read what's here, processing grief. My losses prove how deeply I loved. And maybe this is somebody that you lost. I mean, it's not going to be for everybody. It is a waning moon too. So that is loss, letting go, you know, waning, right? Hold on one second. Processing grief. My losses prove how deeply I loved. When grief is processed, you are able to notice the maturity you gained, even when losing the people, places, and things that once defined your sense of self. I feel like that is in play here. Or there might be the fear of losing somebody, and hence the emotional blackmail kicks in. And I don't think it's completely deliberate. I don't think this, I mean, it's going to depend on the Taurus energy. Again, if you're dealing with somebody, I think this is just what they do. They may not be aware that they're emotionally blackmailing, but they're emotionally blackmailing. As you process grief, you are able to celebrate how deeply you committed to love instead of holding a grudge towards those who left or couldn't love you back. Now, there's a whole conversation there that we can't have on camera. That's why you want a private reading. Easy to book. Find me on social media. We'll figure it out. Once grief is fully processed, it can ignite a deeper commitment to love. You know that your alignment with Source, which card there, is not a matter of what comes or goes. It is determined by how much of yourself you are willing to share. Scorpio, there you have it. This mantra is ideal for opening back up to love, rebuilding trust, and addressing heartache. So yeah, that heartache of somebody in your life coming for you. And maybe this is happening regularly, but if it is, this is like the hero being given the opportunity over and over and over and over and over. But remember, if you're facing the Hydra, you gotta get all heads at once. You know, I just listened to the entire audiobook of Circe by, oh God, Madeline Martin, I think. I suck at names. I'm so sorry. Please don't cancel me over forgetting somebody's name, but he was a genius, even though Heracles was only mentioned in it. This does have a feeling of kind of Greek myth, meaning that's been going on for a while, right? But what a huge opportunity for being empowered. And if this is somebody that you've had to let go of and they're coming for you, right, processing grief, and you had to let them go, then by all means, I feel like if you stood up and walked away, not in escapism, but in taking your path of empowerment, this might very well be the price to be paid to process your own grief and let them process theirs, you know, in prayer from a distance. Again, general reads, right? So let me put this together for you in a blessing. Please take a nice deep breath. I know, man, the waning moons are very different than the waxing moon reads. Please, my pantheons of the divine, may the Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need. This full moon in Leo, waning to new in Aquarius, January into February 2021. That they may process the grief that is theirs to process here, understanding that they need to know that their losses prove how deeply they loved, and that they need to know deep in their heart they already know the answer to do what feels right, what feels true, guarding themselves, grounding themselves, balancing themselves, healing themselves with the pyrite that they need, dealing with a Taurus energy, either as a Taurus that they need to stand their ground, hold to their values, their bedrock, or dealing with someone who is coming from them, probably about money, physicality, security issues, and the things they value that they may not value within this Scorpio, because they are opposites, so that the Scorpio can really embrace the power that they already have, and they could unleash lightning at every second, but they don't. Why? Because they are taking a chance on love. They need to take a chance on love, and they'll find that when they start to love, that their lives are changed forever, probably understanding that that is the hero's journey for them. And the hero's journey where love is consistently chosen and applied is called the path of true love. And this might very well be a path of true love situation. Go check your path of true love reads. I'm doing them now. I didn't get to Scorpio yet. And my angels in particular reveal to them what needs to be seen, that which has been hidden and enchanted, that they may see truth. And heal them in enchanted ways, in subtle ways, yet powerful ways. Egging on, supporting, balancing, loving, protecting, and grounding the Scorpio hero on their journey for their well-being, for the well-being of all involved, including whoever is coming for them, belittling them, emotional blackmailing them, so that as they heal, we all heal for the well-being of all. So mote it be, and so it is. I'm glad that I can intimidate a car backing up, a truck backing up. Well, you know, power flows in interesting ways nowadays. Look, if you like the reading, like it. You want more, subscribe, comment if you feel it. I do read the comments.